Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
I'll, open the public hearing at 6 p.m. So, I would like to, speak.
No, I'm on the agenda for,
I know what you're, I know.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm just here for the conditional use,
the conditional
is
use.
it the IJ building? We got a,
Yeah, the certified letter, but we were not sure what it.
No, it's the movie theater.
oh, it's moving there.
The movie theater. She
Oh,
wants to make her sign bigger on the movie theater.
oh,
She wants to make her sign bigger.
Yeah, she wants to do this, on the front of it's a card,
yeah,
she wants to put a sign there that says Friends of, Rangeley Arts or.
RFA.
RFA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's it?
So, but it's not blinking like,
No,
like,
no.
no,
But
fancy
it's,
like.
but it's increasing, so she is like 30 square feet right now, and it's gonna go to, it goes through 54 point some square feet, I believe.
Yeah.
To enlarge it, so she has to come in front of us because it's over 35 square feet.
Okay,
That's right.
well, my opinion would be is, I can barely read her
This
sign.
is what it looks like.
When I'm driving by, I can't read anything that she has there. So I'm happy with it. I think she can do it. As long as it's not a little blinking sign.
Oh, God, no.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, that's good, that's done for us.
yeah, okay.
I'm John Parker, right next door, well, you don't worry about it.
Yep.
I live in John Park.
I know, we met. I got those pictures that I gotta give to you. I'm fine. I think I got it there. I'll get them to you.
Okay, any other comments about that?
No, that's good for me.
Good. Guess we'll close the public hearing at 6:03.
Okay, let's go.
We're beautiful.
Yeah.
Just. And
Well, thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Mr. Parker.
Well, this was easy and quick.
yeah, it's the college stage one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Take care, guys. We will, in the, regular meeting at 6:04. Stand for allegiance. Stands on the nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. There quorum, conflict of interest. Adjustments to the agenda,
No.
public to speak on non-agenda items, seeing one. Review of minutes, October 23rd, regular meeting. I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from October 23rd, 2024. Talk about. All in favor? New business, shoreline zoning, correspondence.
No.
Number 7, new business, shoreline zoning applications. 60 South Bog Road, map 024, lot 013. Accept application is complete. Accept little site right there. So, I make a motion to accept the application is complete. Second, man. All in favor? Using this permit. 2198 Main Street, map 004, lot 015A. Accept the application is complete.
last one, we had a schedule site visit to that.
No, it's initially is permit, so the noise.
on 60 South Bog Road.
Yeah, but we wanna go through this and see what's gonna be first.
Yeah.
So just go work backwards like you
Yeah.
did tonight. Make a motion to accept the application is complete. All in favor?
We have to schedule a
Public
public hearing.
hearing, yeah, right, so do that before the meeting of the 11th,
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, December 11th. Shoreline zoning application 3432 Main Street, map 007 lot 003. Accept the application complete.
Right, you talked to George Logan,
Yes,
we've written rebuild,
yeah, he's on,
checked off, replace.
yeah, it's a repair, replace certain things, certain items inside. Basically a rehab of the boathouse. He's already applied for PBR, already in progress, and actually, if we don't hear from them by Friday, I think it's implicitly implied that he has received PBR.
I'll make a motion to accept the application as complete for 2432 Main Street.
Second. All in favor? Rules 1-1. Shoreline zoning application 100 Chestnut Lane, map 043 lot 015. There's a house and a garage, Ellen?
Yes, there's a garage there now, slab on grade, and there is a house.
Okay, there it is, all right. Okay.
So I can probably give you some explanation for this one. This is a project that was initiated without shoreline zoning permit, building permit, demo permit, PBR permit, or shoreline erosion control measures in place. And we found it by accident because we were out looking at 96 Chestnut to finish that project. If you guys remember, you were out there last year. In Amy Bernard's place, and I happened to see it, so I went over and began investigating to find out that it was pretty much 3/4 demoed from the inside and the outside, and there were ditches everywhere, and there was no erosion control. This was being done by an individual that claimed he didn't realize that he needed a permit, which I don't necessarily believe. So in any event, called the owners and we got Ellen involved. And because we're not going to be able to rule on this particular permit, we're trying to get the permits lined up to get them back online. The people who own the property asked multiple times to the contractor if they needed permits. Because she is a member of the Quimby Pond Association and thought she needed permits, and they kept telling her, no, you don't need anything, you're all set, you don't need anything. So she was misled significantly. She lives on Martha's Vineyard, she and her husband. So
They actually work.
They actually work, yeah, they,
They're not second home.
no, they're not. So as she said, she has to sell a lot of shade to make the money to do this. What we're gonna ask is, I've already given permission for, because of the excavating disaster that was done at that site. Because we can't meet till December 11th to submit this or to approve it, we've given permission to, Corey Baker to go in with his excavator and clean this up before we have a complete disaster over the winter. It's a safety issue, it's a preservation of the pond issue, septic issue. So he's gonna go in at some point in the next week and try to
Yeah.
clean this up and wrap it up and tie it down. So that we'll deal with it. Meanwhile, Ellen's putting plans together to make this right for the people, help them out. The individuals who started this, as I understand from talking to the owners, are not going to be involved anymore. They have been removed from the project. So that's the story behind this, which is why when you go to the site visit, you're going to see a disaster.
Let's see, when's the next?
It's not until the 11th of December.
And Corey will be back, end of next week.
Yeah.
He's not too long, so.
Hunting, yeah, so
So it might be fixed by the time he gets back.
but the thought is we just as soon get that, he's got big holes, just gullies that need to be filled in and needs to reroute the water before he can do that the right way.
And the silt fence is up.
And the silt fence is up, yeah, so the owner came up from Martha's Vineyard this weekend because she'd asked the contractor to please finish putting the rest of the erosion control fence in place, and he never did, so she came up and did it herself. with nothing. So, it's a pretty sad case, and incidentally, the same contractor 3 days later, was cited with another violation down on Bald Mountain Road, for doing, structural work without a permit, without a building permit. And that individual had to come in that afternoon with the owner, and fill out the building permit and all the information that's necessary to get that done. So it was charged after the fact. So there are fines here, and this is where I have, to be honest, a hard time. I could use some discretion because the fines typically go to the owners of the property. But because they were told multiple times by the contractor, you don't need a permit, I'm having a hard time blaming them. Other than the fact they could have picked up a telephone call of the office. So I'm still mulling through that process, but
Yeah, I mean, the problem is a lot of these homeowners put their trust in the
Yes,
contractor, they know what they're doing.
Well, and I had met with them years ago and she said, yeah, we like the camp, we're just gonna order a couple new windows. And they said, just stick within the header and you can get taller. But if you start changing structure, you need a permit. And they were just gonna paint things and a new washer dryer. And then the guy got in there and realized there's more rot and then it's just snowballed and they just didn't
instead of
understand. it.
stopping and saying, I go to town hall and talk to code enforcement, know what I need. They continued on. And they rented a excavator back in July that they used for a couple of days and sat there for 4 months while they paid rental, $20,000 rental on that.
Is a contractor a licensed contractor in the state of Maine?
No,
Okay, so, I'll make a motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, so site visits, so we have South Bog,
So far, Chestnut and then Maine, probably.
South Bog, Chestnut, and then Main Street. I would say that's probably the order. So South Bog is 3:30,
Just go after that.
and we'll just go right down the line.
So Main Street will be second,
Main Street will be last, Chestnut Lane will be second.
so, okay, so it's first, third, and second.
Chestnut Lane is off Boogie Farm.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Main Street.
And what day is that?
December 11th.
And so now you guys will be pretty on.
So hopefully by 3:45, hopefully somewhere in that
I
neighborhood.
got 3:50, I think it's gonna be about 20 minutes. Maybe less.
10-minute drive, so.
Okay. Continued business, shoreline zoning application of Fawcett Boat Ramp. It's kind of a funny thing. Findings of fact, it's already started. Move deny application.
I guess the town wasn't there.
I guess it's, Joe Road approved that.
That's a good morning. That's what, you know, have not been mine.
I would hope that where is this thing in the end of the world? There it is. Permit by Louise. There it is. Holy. Okay. So one, standing applicant has standing to present his application as owner. I need it.
Probably at the end of the.
There
Oh,
it
yes,
is.
that'd be great. Very end. Oh, yeah, that's not it.
There it is. Goodbye.
I'm ready.
Town arrangement. That's why the town manager made the decision, apparently. Finally,
Yeah, oh, here I am, yep.
yep. Make a motion that the applicant has standing to present his application as owner. All in favor? Authority, the planning board is authority to consider this request for repair, replacement of a structure as required by section 38.3.3.5 of the Ramsey Town Code. The code enforcement officer made a determination on October 18th, 2024. The applicant's proposed building permit is within the required setback from the normal high water mark from water body of Ramsey Lake, and so the application has been referred to the planning board. I make a motion that the planning board has the authority to consider the request.
Second.
All in favor? 3, determine whether tropical alternative exists as required by section 38.3.3.5.2 of the Ramsey Town Code. The planning board shall consider the following. Lot size is in play, doesn't it? Shape and slope of the land does. B, shape and slope of the land. C, the location of other structures on the property and on adjacent properties. That doesn't come into play. D, the location of the septic system. That doesn't come into play. E, the existing architectural plan. F, the potential for soil erosion. The type of amount of vegetation to be removed to accomplish the relocation. Based on 3.8 through 3 above, the planning board finds there is not a practical alternative to retain the original floor area and volume of the structure within the required setback area. Well, it's not even technically a structure. And so then.
With the concrete pads,
Right,
certain concrete
right.
pads, so structure based on that, but.
So,
Really is not a practical.
right, right, is not a practical alternative to retain the original floor area and volume and structure within the defined setback, that's my motion.
That's that.
All in favor? 4, due to the nature and size of expansion, the planning board requests that written notice is or is not directed to the property. Is not, is my motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Therefore, based on the findings and facts in this worksheet and any conditions of the law, the planning board concludes that the proposed project is or is not eligible for 30% expansion while remaining within the required shoreline setback area.
So I'm gonna make a request that we strike number 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's not really.
not, that's not 30% expansion. Okay, determination, based upon the preceding findings, conclusions, the application for this project within shoreline zoning is hereby granted. That's my motion.
Second, then.
All in favor? One down. Yeah, hey. Well, it's-
Hunter Cove,
There it is. Shoreline zoning application 38 Hunter Cove Road, map 007, block 095-004. Okay. You guys want to do the site visit, I didn't have a chance to get to the site visit. I think any concerns are straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's on the water, but it's an existing structure there. I mean, they wanna jack it up and repair it, move it back some if they can.
One, standing the applicant has, standing to present this application as owner. It's my motion,
So,
all in favor? The planning board has authority to consider this request for repair or replacement of a structure as required by section 38.3.3.5 of the Range Town Code. The code enforcement officer made a determination on September 1st, 2024. The applicant's proposed building permit is within required setback from the original high water mark water body Range Lake, and so the application has been referred to the planning board. I make a motion, the planning board has the authority to consider the repair and replacement of the structure. My motion,
second,
all in favor? Determine whether a practical alternative exists as required by section 38.3.3.5.2 of the Ramsey Town Code. The planning board shall consider the following: size of the lot, B, the shape and slope of the land, C, the location of other structures on the property and on adjacent properties, D, the location of septic system and other on-site soil suitable for septic systems, E, the existing architectural plan, F, the potential for soil erosion, G, the type and amount of vegetation to be removed to accomplish the relocation. Based on 3.A through G above, planning board finds there is or is not a practical alternative to retain the original floor area and volume of structure within the required setback. There is not. That's my motion is there is not a practical alternative to retain the original floor area and volume of structure.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Due to the nature and size of expansion, the planning board requests that there is written notice is or is not mailed to direct abutters of the property as part of the consideration of significant adverse impact upon the value and right of quiet possession of surrounding properties. I was not there, so I'll leave that up to you.
I mean, it's a private community, I guess, they're all, I don't think they're all individually owned, and
Yeah, it's a small association, this thing, like dead center in the middle, so it's not gonna affect.
I don't think so, there's only one other house towards the Mingo Loop, but I don't really
So it is
see
not.
that we need to.
Okay. So the requested written notice is not mailed to direct abutters. Is my motion.
Like that.
All in favor? 6, determination, based upon the proceedings, findings, and conclusions, the application of this project within shoreline zoning is hereby. You guys have any conditions or anything you wanna know?
They've already made it, they're not expanding that. Right.
Well, I don't see any conditions that I would want to put on it. There's not much they can do with it. They can move it back maybe a little bit.
So, but,
I think they want to move it back anyways if they can, you know, within
Just
reason,
if they,
just to get it off the shoreline.
yeah, they've got some older directive behind it, and that's kind of the reason why they haven't gone back with it, so.
so,
I would say we don't need any conditions.
so my motion is to accept the application as granted. All in favor? Shoreline zoning application 30 Peace Road, map 039, lot 016A.
It does have an active PBR that's been approved by the DEP.
But one of them is waiting for all the paperwork from it, right?
The DEP has been very favorable towards any kind of shoreline erosion, rehab.
There. One standing, the applicant has standing to present this application as owner. It's my motion.
Second.
All in favor? Authority, the planning board has authority to consider this request for repair, replacement of a structure as required by section 38.3.3.5 of the Ramsey Town Code. Code enforcement officer made a determination September 10th, 2024. The applicant's proposed building permit is within the required setback from the normal high water line of Ramsey Lake, so the application has been referred to the planning board. I make a motion that the planning board has authority to consider this request. All in favor? 3, to determine whether a practical alternative exists as required by section 38.3.3.5.2 of the Rankin Town Code, the planning board shall consider the following: A, size of the lot; B, the shape and slope of the land; C, the location of other structures on the property and on adjacent properties; D, the location of a septic system and other on-site soil suitable for septic systems; E, existing architectural plan; F, potential for soil erosion; G, the type and amount of vegetation to be move to accomplish the relocation. The planning board finds there is or is not a practical alternative to retain the original core area and volume of the structure within the required setback. So again, I wasn't there, so up to your gentleman's discretion.
I mean, there really is no alternative. I would say it's almost doesn't pertain to it because, you know, it needs to be done, you know, but it could be is not practical alternative, I guess,
That's what I would say, if not.
you know,
Is not.
because it does need to be fixed, so. I'd say
Okay.
it's no.
So my motion is, planning board finds there is not a practical alternative to retain the original floor area.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Due to the nature and size of expansion, the planning board requests that a written notice is or is not mailed to the direct abutters of the property as part of the consideration of significant adverse impact upon the value and right of fire possession of surrounding properties.
It is not.
It is not. Is my motion?
Second.
All in favor? Termination, based on the proceedings, findings, and conclusions, the application for this project within shoreline zonings is hereby any conditions hereby granted.
So,
All in favor? Issuing this permit application for 2493 Green Street, map 037, lot 099. Okay. One, standing, the applicant has standing to present this application as agent in my motion. All in favor? Two, authority, the planning board has authority to consider the application for proposed use being listed in section 38.6.6 of the Rankin Town Code, specifically in the downtown commercial district. Code enforcement officer made this determination on October 11th, 2024. I make a motion, Warren planning board has authority to consider this application.
second,
All in favor?
I'm gonna have you redo it. It's actually section 38.10.6.12.
38.
38.
38.10.6.12.
What was 38.6.6?
District uses?
Zoning districts. It's got to be updated.
So do I need to rescind that?
We'll just make an amendment to amend 38.6.6 to 38.10.6.12.
I need to
Amend the previous motion.
amend the previous motion of number 2 for section 38.6.6 to 38.10.12.
No, 10.6.12.
Point 10,
What's it?
point 6, point 12.
Yeah,
Okay. So then
yeah,
again,
good.
to amend to 38.10.6.12, the Rankin Town Code, specifically downtown commercial district. That's my motion.
One second.
All in favor? Determine the proposed uses impact upon the surrounding properties required by the section 38.11.3.1 of the Rankin Town Code. Planning board shall consider the following. That code, get that number good, correct? A, the size of the proposed use compared with the surrounding areas. B, the impact on scenic vistas. C, the intensity of the proposed use compared to surrounding uses. D, the potential generation of nuisances. E, any unusual physical characteristics of the site. F, the use of design characteristics to mitigate effects. Planning board finds the proposed project does or does not have significant adverse impact upon the value of quiet possession of surrounding properties greater than is usual in the zoning district. Does not, my motion is does not have significant adverse impact upon the value of quiet possessions. Motion, all in favor? 4, determine the capacity of the municipal or other facilities serving the proposed use as required by section 38.11.3.2 of the Ramsey Town Code. The planning board shall consider the following: A, the ability of traffic movement. B, pedestrian safety. C, the capacity of the public street network. D, wastewater disposal exists, water supply doesn't exist, stormwater doesn't exist, fire department capacity doesn't exist. Anyway, pedestrian safety. So based on A through G above, the planning board finds the proposed project does or does not create any hazard based on inadequate facilities. My site does not create any hazard. All in favor? If the proposed use is in a shoreline zoning area as required by section 38.5.3 of the Ramsey Town Code, the planning board shall determine if the following criteria has been met. A, no result in unreasonable damage to wildlife habitat. B, doesn't exist. C, reasonable conservation of visual points of access to waters as viewed by public facilities. D, conservation of points of public access to waters. Not applicable. Reasonable conservation of natural beauty. Reasonable avoidance of problems associated with floodplain, not applicable. No result in unsafe or unhealthy conditions. Not applicable. No result in erosion or sedimentation. No result in water pollution. 3 pager. J, protection of archaeological, say that word, resources as designed in the comprehensive plan. Planning board finds the proposed project does or does not meet the requirements within shoreline zonings. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that needs to,
Insurance.
yeah, I think that needs to go away, it needs to be strict. So,
They're in commercial district, not showing.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
The whole section. The whole sections, that's what I, not applicable, that's what I kept with, that none of them are.
I agree.
we'll strike that section.
Right, so number 5, A through J,
No,
it doesn't apply to this application. Right. Okay, so. Conditions of any required to ensure compliance with the above, so that's the above section that we're not even doing yet. So 6, determination based upon the proceedings, findings and conclusions, the conditional permit application for this project is hereby. Now the discussion begins.
so the request is, their current sign area is 30 square feet, and they're requesting, for a total of essentially 55 square feet, to allow them to add the additional, sign in the garage that says Friends of Wrigley, Performing Arts.
And this would be on the existing front face of the
So
facade.
like the,
Right, it was done, right?
Yeah.
And the sign itself is not illuminated?
Unlimited.
When I say that, will it be lighting above it?
there's nothing in that on the roof right now,
Right,
so.
I don't see any requests for lighting.
Oh, what you thought, Phyllis?
Well, I know in this, chapter 38, there is a provision in here for it, there, trying to find it.
It's 38.10.6.12.
What I wrote twice. Yeah, it doesn't have anything about a theater, but it has special circumstances and,
You know,
it doesn't, I don't think it specifically says theater in
there
law.
was an existing sign before on that spot, right?
Yes, when that was taken down and recabinet, you find federal. So essentially what you're doing is applying to re-add that sign to the,
I think based on the fact that the sign was there previous, and I don't see it having any adverse impact on the downtown area. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with John. Especially if it's replacing something that was present prior to the refacing of that building.
There was a sign all the way across the front of that one time.
and when they took that whole facade down and rebuilt it, all the signs sunsetted. So when they put the sides up, each side now is a sign.
Right, I see that.
That's what took up and actually, oftentimes the sign, the words on it are only a line, but because of the language in the sign ordinance, the whole area has to count as a sign. So I think that the thought was a special circumstance would be, hey, it allows people to know what that actually is the theater. It was a sign that was, I mean, sign was different than what was there, but there was a sign there at one point. And it is a theater, so it would be expected to have additional signage to let people know what's playing, when the times are, and what the theater is.
Right, the side signs would be like you said, they would be the advertisement for what's happening. This would be their main sign,
Yeah,
the building, which
Who we are.
falls into the sign category, you know, for sizing.
And I know they went through pains to make it attractive as well. They wanted the whole front part of that theater to be attractive.
I mean, it's on the front of the building, I can't see how it has any adverse impact at all. They almost wanted me on the side with that sign, but.
Right, I don't think it has any adverse impact, but they're also almost doubling size of the,
Yeah.
they're, 20,
I think it's going 34.
right, it's 54, and we're at 35, so I mean, they're, basically 0.75, so they're basically 24 square feet of signage above what our ordinance allows. Do we want to put anything in there? If we grant this, or don't grant this with side notes, or as far as lighting goes?
Probably lighting, we do approve obviously we don't wanna have it as a spectacle, but they should be able to advertise the business.
Because even though that lighting is not in their application, there's nothing that says they can't put lighting on that sign, correct? Because you don't need a permit to put a light up.
You can put as a condition,
Correct.
unlit.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, if we don't put that stipulation in there, they can put a light up on
Yeah,
it.
they could put lights all around.
Right,
if they
exactly.
wanted to.
Well, but there's a lighting ordinance as well, so I think that's why it was set up so it's not lit. We go down at night and it's not lit.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna make, granted with noted conditions as to not to add, doesn't look like to me there's any existing lighting there at all. By looks of this picture. So I'm gonna put that the structure, the new structure they built on the front. It has no lighting, stay that way with no lighting, that's what my motion would be, I guess. As far as conditions.
I would second that motion, I don't see any other conditions that I would want to add to it. The lighting was just really it.
Peter?
I agree with that.
Okay, so I guess I'll make a motion to grant, the use, conditional use application with the noted conditions of no lighting, to be added to the front of the building, to illuminate the sign.
Up to how many square feet? 55 square feet. The application, I think,
It's 54.3.
yeah,
What,
I just rounded it off, that's 55, 54.
I guess I would, you could put a condition in there that it's approved for the requested amount of 54, 3/4.
375,
right. I mean, assuming,
Yeah.
it's 90 by 39 is the actual
I
size
think
of
your
the sign,
54
right?
square feet is the center marquee and the two side marquees.
Yes, yeah, that's total sign space.
What about the signage and stuff that's in the windows?
Those are temporary,
They all come down?
yeah, they come down and we show. I already asked about that, but they're not permanent.
So what happens, so let's say over here, right, they have October 5th, art gallery, live concert. Now, they change that next week. And they fill that with 5 lines
They're temporary, on
on
the side,
on the side.
yeah, but that whole sign is actually the whole area.
So that square footage includes
Already
that whole
yeah,
square.
yes, that's both sides.
With the size to be considered temporary, because it's changing all the time?
No, because it's an actual area that has a sign, so it's like what's temporary, the paper,
Both sides.
Wizard of Oz.
Right.
In the windows, that comes down after the show.
So this, what we're looking at here is 54,
Yes, yep,
all 3 sides.
Concerned like.
Well, me too, I was
Included the words,
Right.
that they fill all of it,
Right,
it
right,
increases.
right, so it already includes all that.
it includes all that, yes, that's why it's facing higher than.
If you add this trim board to the inside, if they did the inside corner like they did the outside corner, would that? I mean, that would
It would cut.
theoretically shrink it, and that's the space that they're not using.
True.
You know what I mean? That's. It would help them as far as total footage.
Yeah, they have to lose 20 square feet, that's it.
Yeah.
Right, right, they're never gonna get there.
One by 12.
Yeah. Okay, so we just the lighting,
So there's a second on the motion.
Yeah, so.
Pete seconded. All in favor? And that's that one. Next meeting is not November 20th, it is December 11th. At 6 o'clock, site visit at 3:30 and once to follow. I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 6:50. In favor? Burned it. 3:50. 6:50.